fashion, food, and fun. You're watching Living Local 15 with your host, Jessica Williams.
Good morning, I'm Jessica Williams and welcome to Living Local 15. On today's show, I am back at Stoner's Funstore, transforming into some different Halloween characters. But first, it's time for what's happening around town, where I share local entertainment events happening this weekend. Are you ready for a little funny? The Summit City Comedy Club is hosting comedian Haynes Kim, which shows on Friday and Saturday at 7:30 and an additional 10:30 show on Saturday night. Kim is a podcast regular and brings his indie one-liner comedy to Fort Wayne. Tickets are available at summitcitycomedy.com. On Friday, Grammy-nominated band The Wood Brothers bring their unique Americana sound from sold-out music festivals around the world to the Clyde Theater. The show starts at 8 p.m. and tickets are available at the Clyde Theater's website. Then on Saturday, don't miss the Day of the Debs, featuring the Debutantes and Friends at the Clyde Theater. The evening features local performers, Ghost and Goblins, and the Bazaar with local and regional vendors. Saturday night at the Embassy Theater, the Fort Wayne Philharmonic performs their second Masterworks concert with a large percussion-driven orchestra and mixed chorus. Carmina Burana celebrates the joys of the tavern, nature, human, and love. Tickets for the 7:30 show can be purchased at fwembassytheater.org. Just in time for Halloween, the Memorial Coliseum is hosting the Rock Your World Halloween Psychic and Holistic Expo on Saturday and Sunday from 9 to 6 p.m. Shop over 80 vendors from crystals, holistic products, and medium readings with free seminars. Find out more at thememorialcoliseum.com. Lastly, up-and-coming country singer Chris Colston is playing at Pierre's on Saturday at 8 p.m. with special guest Amara Gilren. Tickets are available at Pierre's at the door. And that's what's happening around town. Stay tuned after the break.
Follow us on social media at Living Local 15.
With me now, I have Dee, who is the costume manager and has a lot of history being here and really overseeing this really cool area of the shop. Hi, Dee.
Hi,
how are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Good, thank you. So tell me about your history of working here.
Well, I've actually worked here about 40 years.
Wow.
And I always have assistants working with me. Right now I have Teresa. She's been here about 13 years. Mm-hmm. She's an excellent seamstress and designer, so she does a lot of that type of work for musical plays that we do and so forth. Mm-hmm. And what she can't do, I can do, and vice versa. So
yes.
It works out pretty good for the two of us, yes.
Right, and you all have over 20,000 costumes.
Yeah.
That is incredible.
A lot to keep up with, I'll tell you.
Right.
A whole lot. Now, 20,000, they aren't all 20,000 different.
Right.
Some of them are multiples, like we have a lot of flapper dresses, a lot of gangsters and so forth. But we do have, last count, which was a few years ago, about 20,000, yeah.
Wow, so what is the process when people come in and they want to rent one of your costumes?
Well, the first thing they need that we do is get a couple basic measurements, because a lot of the costumes, naturally, we have in different sizes, just like all people, or people come in different sizes. So we take measurements, usually a waist and chest, and then find the costume they want that's closest to those measurements. We do minor alterations. We can't make a size 6 into a 20 or vice versa, but we hem pant legs and so forth, things like that, yeah.
Yes, that's so fun. So show me some of these pieces that you have here.
Well, that's a very large costume, and it's like a genie.
Yes.
And it has the matching pants there. That just came back. It was rented this weekend, along with this headpiece.
Wow, look
Yeah.
at those details.
Uh-huh.
Love that. And is this
That's
Belle?
a bell dress.
Oh,
Yes, we have quite a few
Beauty
of
and the
those
Beast.
in different sizes.
Yes.
And of course, we have the hoop skirts that go underneath them.
Yes. Oh, that's so lovely.
And that's harem or genie. Actually, it was the father and son that went
Oh, that's
with
cute.
these. Yeah.
So there's a lot of individual and couple outfits.
Oh yeah. These are just ones that happen to be hanging here.
Wow, look at
Southern
that.
Belle. We have a lot of Southern Belle dresses.
Yes.
Very popular. This, a lady had called about being a female Viking, so we have that out for her when she comes in. So
Nice. And you have the big heads and just full blown.
and
mascots.
Yeah, all
and
of
you can be
these
anything
come
here.
with full body suits, fur body suits, and hands and feet covers.
Wow.
So they can be warm, and that can be an advantage or a disadvantage either way,
Yes.
depending on the weather. Naturally.
So what do you recommend? So Halloween is in a couple of days. People can still get
Oh, yeah.
rentals, right? All the way up until Halloween.
Oh,
so,
definitely.
So how far in advance do you recommend people come in to get their costume?
Well, actually, a few people start renting in August. Wow. For Halloween.
Yes.
But we have a lot of last minute people, so we can usually accommodate you if you come in the day that you need something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's
yeah.
awesome because they're experienced and they know what they are doing. So I'm excited. So I'm going to try on a couple of costumes and play around a little bit.
Okay, sure.
All right, let's do it.
Okay.
As you can see, Stoner's Funstore is so much fun, so you have to come out to see them to get your Halloween costume and throughout the entire year. Now, what will I be for Halloween? You have to stay tuned on Monday for the big costume reveal. I'll see you after the break.
Living Local 15, proudly driven by the Kelly Automotive Group.
This segment sponsored by Fort Wayne Custom RX. Fort Wayne Custom RX specializes in a healthier you by putting together custom medications. Let's learn more. Hey. Oh wow, what is this room?
This is our negative pressure room, and this room is made to help contain chemicals so that they don't get out into the air, because we work with sometimes some hormonal type products, and they're classified as a hazardous drug.
Okay.
And so we want to protect our employees, as well as want to make sure we keep those hormones where they're supposed to be in your medication.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so what is she making?
Yeah, this is Tammy, and Tammy is one of our techs. And Tammy is weighing out a powder on a hood. We've already brought the recipe up in the computer system.
Okay.
And she's going to be making a cream, it looks like. And she's already weighed out the base. She'll stick the powder in with the cream. And then she'll use a special machine that we have to get a perfect actual mix, so that every part of that cream has the exact same amount of hormone in it.
Okay.
And you can't do that real well with by hand.
Right.
So we use this high-tech machine here, which really
Not
does
with the
help.
cake mixer, right?
Right. It's exactly. It's a very expensive paint mixer, is what we kind of call it. It's called the speed mixer. And so she'll program it, and we have settings in our formula that tells us how it needs to be mixed, so we get a maximum thing. Yeah.
And so the end result, she puts it in there, and then it comes out as a finished.
Yeah, for the most part, the only thing that needs to be done that's left, it has to be put in its final package, which we do out there, because once it's mixed, we're not worried of being hazardous, because the girls are all gowned up, wearing gloves, and we're not worried about that per se. But it is nice because it really makes what I call a cosmetically or pharmaceutically elegant product.
Yeah, and it's topical, so it
It's
goes
topical.
on the skin.
Yeah, and you want to make sure that the drug can get through the skin. So by having a good mix, that's critical for the medication to work.
Yeah. That's so cool. Wow. Okay, what's next? On to the next room.
Yeah, so this room right here, we have Heidi, one of our technicians, who's been specially trained to make sterile products. And she's making, actually, it looks like she's making an eye drop today.
Oh.
So in this particular room, she's weighing out the chemicals and getting the processes and getting everything put together. And then she'll go into the next room. She'll get garbed up even further. As you can tell, she's pretty garbed now.
Right.
But she's wearing goggles, she has a face mask, and she'll go into the next room. She has to wash her hands, put a different kind of glove on in there, because that's actually even cleaner. And there she goes.
Oh.
All right, she's going in, and she's going to go in the hood. And then she'll put a special filter. She's got the medication in a syringe. She'll put a special filter on that filters out the bacteria. Any potential source of contamination, and she puts it into a sterile container. Okay. And then it's dispensed to the patient after the pharmacist checks it. And just like the other rooms, everything is verified electronically, and the pharmacist right. And we typically have a pharmacist standing right here. He's watching what's going on
to try to track it. Yes, because
just
you said
make
there's
sure
like these little cubbies that they put the medicine through.
That's right. She's actually, what she's doing now is she's cleaning down the hood, which she has to do every single time in between compounds. So again, the whole idea is to keep everything spick and span clean.
Yes, very sterile.
My mother would have been very happy how we clean.
Mine too. Yeah. That is really exciting. I mean, it's really cool to get a look-see at how the process is, and really, the cleanliness and the effort and the small detail that you all put into your products.
Yeah, it has to. We have to be anal.
Yeah.
We really do, because patient safety comes above all, and we don't want any accidents, and patients rely on us to get them better.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, let's keep going. So now we're in the big area.
We're in the big area, and we have Anna over here today. She's actually taking the product that we saw in the very first room, the cream that she was making, and she's taking it and she's putting it into syringes.
Okay.
And syringes are just one of many different dosage forms that we use. Right. Now this is not an injection, it's actually a cream.
Okay.
But it's got little marks on it, so it tells the patient exactly how much to use.
Oh, that's
so we'll counsel
good.
the patient. The doctor will tell us exactly how much medication he wants delivered, and we'll figure it out and put it in syringes form.
Oh,
so it's all ready to go. And everything again is barcoded, so we can follow it through the whole process to the system. Nice. Over here, Brooke is getting ready to pack capsules. She's loading a capsule loader. Brooke is our encapsulation lady. She makes capsules all day long.
Really?
And
she said all day.
And the skill to this is you want to make sure every capsule has the exact same amount of powder in it, right?
Yes.
So it takes quite a bit of skill to be able to level that all out there and get them exactly right. And we have a check process that we go through, and we weigh the capsules to make sure that they're how much medication is in them at the end to do. So she's loading the machine right now.
So right now she's putting the capsules in, and then how does the powder enter?
Yeah, well she'll manually pack that in this hood. But what she'll do is she'll at the very end of the process, she'll take capsules in groups of 10s from different areas on the machine to make sure she got an even weight.
Okay, and you
there's
know
a
that
variance.
there's the same amount of milligrams needed for
Right.
how many capsules.
Right.
Okay.
So the pharmacist will calculate how much powder is needed for every capsule, and that's what we do.
I see over here that there are different color
Right.
capsules. So what do the different colors mean?
Well, we'll use different colored capsules. So we make different thyroids, and some of them are much more common. And sometimes patients are taking two different thyroid medications, for example, or maybe 2 different hormone products. Well, if we used a clear capsule on every single one of them, then it would be hard for the patient to tell which one it is.
Okay.
So maybe one strength is yellow and orange, another strength is green and white.
Okay.
So it just makes it easier for them.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's great.
So we have Anna over here, and she is actually making ginger lollipops today.
Okay.
We use ginger lollipops a lot for women that are pregnant. It's safe to take, and doctors will send patients in for that. So she's filling the mold. She's making 200 milligram ginger lollipops. So this is not the ginger candy that we're used to, or ginger ale.
Right.
This is ginger, the herb. It'll smell like it, but it's very strong.
Okay.
And so she's filling each one of the wells. And she has to work pretty quick on this because the stuff sets up.
Oh, wow. And ginger is just such a good herb to take for everything. I mean, doesn't it help with your immune system?
Yeah, ginger is a great herb. It's what we call a carminative herb. In other words, it kind of helps. It's calming to the digestive tract.
Yes.
It's calming in general. So people love ginger.
So do you sell these lollipops on their own?
We do. They technically don't require a prescription,
Right.
because they're ginger, and so when we have women that are usually in their first 3 months of pregnancy, they're starting to feel a little nauseous. This is a great product.
Yeah.
And then before it sets up too much, she has to put the sticks in because it'll set up fairly quickly.
And there it is, the finished product, the lollipop. Very nice. Awesome. Well, thank you so much,
And you
Dr.
can have the
Craig.
ginger lollipop. How about that? You can
Thank
taste it.
you. Yes, I actually love ginger, so I'm really excited to taste this
yeah,
in
one
the
of my,
raw form.
Yeah.
Yeah, with all the sugar added to
Yeah.
it. Thank you so much for taking me on a tour and allowing us to really see the process in setting up these compounded prescriptions and just all the work that you put in here.
Well, it was my pleasure. Thanks for coming.
Absolutely. And if you all want more information about Fort Wayne Custom RX, you can visit their website, fwcustomrx.com. I'll see you after the break. This segment sponsored by Fort Wayne Custom RX.
Have an idea for the show? Want to find out how you can be a guest? Contact us at livinglocal15@wayne.com.
Halloween is right around the corner, and while the ghosts and goblins are out having fun, we don't want anything scary to happen to your kids and pets. This week, our Best Reviews team shares helpful tips about keeping your family safe while still having a spectacular time.
All right, Halloween right around the corner, and we must be safe when we're out there doing our trick-or-treating. How you doing, everybody? I'm Gary Gelfand, and this right here is Meredith Gallo. Good to see you.
Thank you. Good to see you too.
All right, so when we get out there, we get in the streets, we want to make sure that we're seen and safe. So where do we begin? What do we do?
Yeah, so you start at home. You want to make sure that your house is illuminated so that kids that are coming up to your door aren't tripping, aren't falling, everyone's in a costume that they're not familiar with. There's capes, there's long dresses. You don't want anyone tripping, so you want to make sure you're illuminating your pathway. These are great. These are solar lights for your pathway. You can just stick them in there, and they're great because they have this kind of like low light, so it won't mess with any of the spooky vibes that you're trying to do with your haunted house.
Because I was going to say, you want to turn the lights off a little bit sometimes, but you can with these, and they're very simple. They go right into the ground like that, right?
Super easy.
Okay, I love that. Very, very good. All right, what if we want to take our dog with us? Because, the dog doesn't want to be left at home because he might get scared and the doorbell keeps ringing.
Absolutely.
So what do we do there?
Yeah, so if you're taking your dog out trick-or-treating with you, you want to make sure that everyone sees your dog. We really like this LED collar. It's from Blazin, and you can turn it on and it has a flashing mechanism. It also has that just kind of straight LED light. It's a great option because then everyone sees your dog coming. Your dog hopefully will see them coming, and especially when there's so many people out, there's cars, there's kids, you want to make sure that you're protecting your animals too.
Got it. All right, and I'm guessing we have these awesome bags here because the world we live in now, big old plastic bags, trash bags really aren't the greatest way to go.
Yeah, so we really like these tote bags. We actually found these on Amazon. It was 3 for $15, so super affordable, but they're also super cute. And I mean, if you were anything like me when you were trick-or-treating, and I'm sure kids these days are the same way, you want to fill these to the brim, and these are pretty substantially sized, so you can fill quite a bit of candy in here.
That's nice. And what about this one here for the kids?
Yeah, absolutely. So if you want to keep the kids hydrated while they're trick-or-treating, just throw a water bottle in there too. The thought being that they'll be reaching for their water bottle instead of that 6th, 7th piece of candy.
Right.
So good option if you're thinking about your trick-or-treaters. And then for parents, if you want to bring a cold beverage, warm beverage with you while you're out trick-or-treating with your kids, this one's a great option. It's from Yeti. It's one of our favorites. It's a 10-ounce tumbler. It's a great option for walking around outside.
Love that one. There you go. And then of course your dog needs to be seen as well too. Where do we find all these?
This is all on bestreviews.com. You can go there, and our whole goal is to simplify your purchasing decisions. So all of this and more about Halloween will be there.
I love it. Keeping us safe on Halloween. That's Meredith. Thanks.
This segment is brought to you by Best Reviews, which is owned by our parent company, Nexstar. You can find more on the products and where to buy them on our website, wane.com. Thank you so much for joining me today. And remember, if you missed an episode of Living Local 15, you can catch up on our YouTube channel. And remember, let your hope shape your future and find the joy in today. And I'll see you here tomorrow.
Content segments during today's Living Local 15 were paid for by these sponsors.